Good morning and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunsetgirlcreates, and today we're going to be working on Christmas Village. I'm working on this little section here. It's really starting to come through. Working on some of the colors and getting them in, and then we'll move to the upper part of that section, to the house and the buildings. This has got a lot of buildings in it, so it's going to be really fun. It is a heavy confetti painting, so if you are not a fan of a lot of confetti, then this is not going to be for you. Just typically this type of section, if it's not riddled with confetti like this one is, I can get done in a short period of time. Now mind you, this is the third day I've worked on this section. So, and I didn't do much yesterday because I was not feeling well yesterday. Not 100% today, but I'm hoping to feel a little bit better. Maybe this headache will go away and things will calm down a little bit. But I'm doing great other than that. It is a fantastic day. I have done reverse image search like I thought this particular painting or drawing or whatever is originally done years ago, and there's no copyright on it. You can buy this picture anywhere. They have puzzles, cross stitches, blankets, you name it, bookmarks, diamond painting, whatever you want to do this in, you can pretty much find it in, okay? So this is one that you don't have to have permission. It's one of those like stock photo kind of things, right? That you can go in and use free. And it doesn't cost you anything. I would not recommend using anything that is not freely unless you have reached out and requested permission from either the owner of whatever you're trying to do or whoever holds the copyright. So that's really important. You need to pay attention to copyrights. I totally believe in copyright. I would not want somebody copying my work. I don't mind if they want to make a parody out of it or make changes and make it their own design. That's absolutely fine with me. But I don't want you stealing my work. I don't want you to take my image and sell it and let somebody else gain the profits from it, right? Yep. So I'm very big on copyright, and unfortunately I made the mistake of accidentally buying one that was copyrighted, so I'm really sorry for that. I missed the reverse image search. I think I was doing it on my break and I saw it and I wanted it really bad, so I just bought it. And that's what happens when you don't take the time to look at what you're purchasing, okay? I'm not going to tell you which one I bought. I'm not going to tell you which is stolen. That information I don't believe is necessary to our conversations. And so I'm going to keep that as a quiet point, just letting you know that you need to be really careful when you're out on the China sites, because Paint with Diamonds, as they're getting better, they are taking the illegal ones off, okay? Paint with Diamond is, because I was just on there, and because I was looking, and the one that I bought that's copyrighted is no longer on the site, okay? So I know that they're working to clear out most of their, or all of their stolen artwork. But that takes time, right? Doesn't matter if you're working with somebody, it's still going to take time, because now you're going to have to go through and make sure everything that you have is not uncopyrighted, right? Or that you hold the proper commercial licenses to sell those products. And that's the thing, if you can go to an artist and you can get what's called a commercial license, which allows you to use it commercially and sell that product. And so I have a lot of commercial files because I had plans of selling selling t-shirts online. Unfortunately, it was when I was still working full-time, 50, 60 hours a week. It was really hard to kind of keep up with that. and still maintain a business on the side as well. I put in my time, put in my ears, and you know, time has deceived me and told me that some things aren't going to be as nice as I wanted them to be, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and review what I'm using in the video. Okay, so I'm currently using my diamond painting pen that I got from Diamond Art Club. It was the first one that I bought from Diamond Art Club. I have like 5 or 6 of theirs. I always, when I buy painting, I just put a new one in the thing and I have it sent out to me. So nice, very easy. $14.95. Pop it into there and it takes my $74.99 to over $75, where I get free shipping. I need to start doing a bunch of reviews for Diamond Art Club and get them up and build up my points. There's a couple that I would like to get, so I'm hoping that if I build up the points, I'll be able to afford it. So I have a bunch that are finished, so I'm probably going to start working that project shortly, because you can only do one a week for all the points. So instead of doing like 3 or 4 in a day, I have to do them 3 or 4 once a week, right? So I just don't want to lose my points, because I have stuff I want to buy and I don't have cash to buy it. So I'm going to find a way to buy it with my points. And I have enough Diamond Art Clubs to, and I've finished like 4 or 5 of them and I haven't done any reviews on them yet anyways. So I'm probably going to do that. And then also, I've already put Poppies and Steampunk away. And so I can pull her back out because I forgot that I needed to do the post review on her. So I'll be working to get the post review pulled together. And you'll also see that. Post reviews will just be fit in on Mondays as an extra video if I do a post review. I don't want to dedicate a whole day to post review because there's no way every day I'm going to have finished object, right? So I don't want to have that as part of the schedule. If I decide to put in a bonus video or a video to... If I'm to put a video for you to be able to watch, and I can record the, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, sorry about that. Phone rang. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I'm using today to complete the painting. I am using my painting from Diamond Paint with Me, and then I have my pen that I got from Diamond Art Club that I already told you about, and then I also have my fancy tray from my Wilson's 3D Designs. Okay, it has 2 hands, 2 holes to hold it. It's also got a really nice tight stopper. You literally have to rock it back and forth carefully to get it to come out. Okay, so you know your stopper is not going to come out. That was one of the main reasons that I wanted to pull this one back out. This one also comes with these extra tabs, and you can buy them separately, and I did. It's basically tags that you can put onto the stoppers. See how it's on that stopper right there? Where is it? This one right here. So see that stopper right there? So see the stopper? See it's around the stopper? You can put it on there, and then you can put your code number on there, right? Works really great for the bigger ones. It doesn't work on my other trays, unfortunately, though. The only thing I dislike about this tray is it has very short sides. So you have to be very careful. That's why my painting's down more at a flatter angle, so that I can keep my diamonds organized and in a reasonable fashion. And the better thing about this is, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to tip it upside down and see if we can get a view into the center of that but it's got a nice wide rim. I mean, it really bows out. You've got like an oval here, so it really protects those drills when you're pouring into something. And I'm hoping that can be a really good solution. The other great thing about this tray that I like is I'm going to show you another trick that it does. I have some diamonds here that had fallen out because I didn't know I needed to lower my table for this particular tray. It also has a shovel to match. I gotta get it. It's in the little corner of my thing out here. But it's got this cute little shovel that can help me. All I have to do is go like this and it brings my diamonds down. Or I can come in here and get them to move. And instead of having to tip them to pour them out, I can literally push them in, okay? And I'm doing this on camera, so I'm like doing it at a weird angle. So I am throwing out a few diamonds. I'm gonna pick those up really super quick. It really helps having long nails when you drop a couple diamonds, because I can just pick them up inside my nail like a shovel and pour them in. I think it's awesome. So yeah, all you have to do is just make sure that you have a little room to put your shovel or your scraper. It's more like an ice scraper, but see how much easier that is? And that lip comes up to the height of this. So that lip matches this. So it's that high. So when you can actually hold them in place and leave that there while you pour, and you're not gonna spill, okay? So it's kind of a really cool gadget. And I really, really enjoy this. And I'm hoping they have some more, because I'd really like to get them, but I hope that they put higher sides on them. That's the only thing. It works fine if you're doing and you're holding it by hand, because you're not tipping it. But they are curved in, so it is rounded in, okay? It does have a roundness to the inside. And it's really quite a phenomenal tool to be working with. I am just in love with it. And I just hadn't pulled it out in a while. And so my lap desk, my light pad, and everything that I'm using is down in the descriptions below. I just wanted to make sure that I let these crafters and makers get the credit they have due coming, because I don't think it's right to be using their products and not give them the shout out, you know? If it's something I like, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. I'm going to tell everybody, hey, you should see what Wilson's 3D Design's coming out with. These are cool trays. And then, you know, so I want to give them the credit they get. They took the time to make this product for me. And if I'm going to be using it in my videos, I should be able to let everybody know who I'm using it for. Who made it? Where can they go find it? So I would recommend going over to Wilson's 3D Designs or my 3D Designs. Those are my, and then Lexi Lily Crafts. Those are my 3 favorite diamond painting vendors for trays, and then for pens. Excuse me. I really like Jim's Homemade Pen Shop, and that's where I got my pen last year for Christmas, was from Jim's Handmade Shop. You see me use it a lot. It is a little heavier than the one I'm currently using, so it's not too bad. I'm also been thinking, and I might give it a try on maybe like a day that I'm not feeling as well. And I'm thinking about doing the recording and then do a voiceover on top of it, just to kind of see how that works and if it works in our area or not. I've seen other people do it. Most people don't. But I just want to make sure that it's done well, you know, because you won't see me talking, you won't see anything. You're just going to see me diamond painting, right? Because the problem I have is when I'm trying to do the WIP and chats, it's okay. I can get some done. But I find I do a lot less diamond painting and have a lot less progress when I'm recording because I have to stop diamond painting. I have to read the article, or we're talking about something else and we're discussing this or that. And sometimes I don't get a whole lot done. And I'm not complaining. I have no problem taking the time to do. I can take 2 months to do this one if I want to, right? It's my timeline. But I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to spend 2 months on I'll spend 2 months on a sweater, but I don't want to do that on a diamond painting. I'm going to be doing a few changes to our screens. I've been watching other people's like entry screens, and I need to learn a little bit about tags and put some tags in to get our search working better, and see if we can get people to come to our channel. I've been doing a lot of research on that. I hope I start feeling better. I've not been feeling well the last couple of days, and I do have a sore throat now. And so I'm hoping that I can get through this video and one more today. This week's videos will be done. All I have to do is upload and put them on the channel. So that's my goal for today, so that you have the next rest of the week. Today is Wednesday, and it's currently 75 outside, and it's going to be a high of 88 here in Florida today. Yesterday until about 4 o'clock, I had my door open in my house all day long. It was spectacular here. The weather was beautiful, not much humidity, and not hot. I don't think it got past 85 yesterday, because we were able to sit in our house, which we have a cinder block house. And so cinder block houses, they do hold in the heat and the cold, okay? The only problem is our windows are old. So I'm losing my heat and my cold that are being prevented from leaving by the you know, without insulation, right? So if your house doesn't have insulation, you can't keep the heat on, right? So that's what I'm trying to accomplish, is trying to do it without having to put my air on. But because I have older windows, they need to be replaced, which is the next thing we're going to be doing. We wanted to get the house paid off first, so we didn't owe anything. And once we get through my Social Security, then we'll start doing the windows in the house. And that will save us a lot of money in the end, is to put some energy efficient windows in. And I'm just really excited to, you know, start that next step in our lives and see where it takes us next. So I'm also reading the article, and we're reading an article on, I picked a yarn one. Well, I'll be right back. So we're going to be reading How to Fix Diamond Painting Mistakes. 8 most common ones, especially number 8. So that's the name of the article. And I did have this up. It was on my iPad. I just had the wrong tab open, so I didn't want to waste time on the video trying to find the correct tab. So as we're talking here, you know, I can sit down here and I can pick up 1 or 2 diamonds and place a diamond, right? But I don't have time to sit here and do a whole bunch of diamond painting. And I really want you guys to be able to see actual diamond painting instead of just always hearing me just chit-chat all the time. And I know a lot of us just do WIP and chats. I turn on the TV, I turn on YouTube, and I sit here and I watch videos or TV shows, and I diamond paint. And so that's my source of recreation most of the time. I have an 8 in here somewhere, and I forgot to keep my finger on it. There it is. When I'm doing a lot of confetti, one of the tips that I use, I'm looking and trying to find any 8s that are left, because that's the symbol I'm working on, right? And there's not a whole lot, but it's really confetti heavy. So I don't really want to miss one. So I see one, it's right there. Okay, it's right there. There's my 8. But if I take my hand away, and I go up here, and I come back, I don't remember where it was, right? I can simply put my finger there, which was right there, and I can put it there. And I know there's another one right there, so just keep my finger there. And it's probably not the smartest thing to do, and I usually don't put my hand on the painting and on the diamonds as much. But I use a toothbrush after I'm done cleaning, so it gets any of the oils off of this or anything else. Because I will go through and feel my work, right? And if something's pulling up in my work, there's an issue, right? I should be able to rub my hand across the whole thing and have it feel exactly the same across, right? But if it feels out of place, and it's not a place that has open diamonds, then I know that I've got to do an adjustment to it, right? Something in that diamond is not sitting flat. And so it's just a way of double checking my work. It's how I do it. You're more than welcome to do it any way that you want. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this article now. I'm drinking just regular plain old iced tea, unsweetened, with a little bit, 1 packet of Splenda. And I put a little bit of my vitamin B12 black cherry juice in it to make it a black cherry iced tea this morning. I tried that yesterday, and that was like slamming good, man. I was like, on that. Let me have some more of that, you know? Yeah, so you know, like you can go get raspberry tea that are in the bottles, you know? I made my own. I have black cherry, which has got my caffeine, and I usually just put it in my water. But I kindly asked my husband, and he kindly helped me out and made me some iced tea. I only have a half a glass left yet, though, so we're going to have to make more iced tea today. But I'm excited to see what this article is and see if there's things in here that are good tips and tricks that we could possibly use today on your paintings. Okay, so let's read them and see if there's anything in here that leads us astray or leads us into a different conclusion than we've come up with before. So I am busy keeping my finger in the area that I have all of these 8s that I found, because I want to make sure I don't miss them. And I hate it so much when I look up from a painting and then I grab a drill and I come back and I can't remember where I had it. That's part of my disability. It's something that I know, so I do things a little bit different than most. I totally admit that. I'm happy to admit that. But I just want people to understand that if you're not just like everybody else that can place their diamonds and they don't have problems with their trays falling. See, this is perfect for me with the handle because when I'm holding that tray, it's not going to fall on me, right? So you find tools, tips, and tricks that will help you in the long run become better at doing what you're doing. Better at what you're doing doesn't always mean you're going to get better at everything. But there's always different aspects of a craft that take it from beginner to intermediate to advanced, right? And to expert, right? There are phases in crafts that do that. So to do a beginner is a basic kit. You do anything below 40 by 50, I would think would be a perfect size to start at the beginning, right? So those are like beginners. And just because they're beginners doesn't mean everybody else can't use them, because I've got tons of them in here, okay? But I like a quick snack project, either in between or maybe I need a break for a painting, so I'll put this away for a time and do a small painting and come back to it, right? And those are great either fillers or, oh my God, I love that. And I'm talking about people who do big kits, okay? I'm a big kit person. I love the bigger, the better, right? I mean, I was thrilled to do the Minions. That sucker was 6 feet long. I did it in a month. So I could get this done in a month, right? well, I don't know. This is a heavy confetti. I mean, I can look. If I'm looking at the snow area, no problem. I mean, I can wipe that out with a 10 placer. But when you start talking about the buildings and the people and all the different things, everything is completely confetti. But I'm telling you, when I walk away, see, because you're going to start to see that woman build up, right? Can you see her? Can you see her holding those packages? We're starting to see it, right, on camera. So that's what makes me happy. Those are the kind of things that make me happy. But, you know, there's things out there, too, that I can use that can help me better myself, right? Make me a better diamond painter. What have I not done? So I've done the beginners. I've done a good amount of intermediate, because the ones that I work on are typically, you know, set for like an intermediate kind of, because it's bigger, right? Not because of its ability not to do anything, but just because its ability to have issues. You know what I mean? So you just saw me. I had a drill that had fallen loose. And I think that's on it, though. It had fallen loose, then I just picked it up with my tweezers and I placed it. That's the nice thing about squares. These are my favorite tweezers. I don't know where I got them, where they came from, or anything. However, they're my favorites. They have the bent, curved, and into the point. So I can literally use them in this direction instead of trying to do it this direction and pick up. I have some lower leverage on my hand to pick up those diamonds and move them. Okay? So, what are the 8 most common mistakes that you can do and that you can fix them? Number 1, my diamonds aren't staying in place. Okay, that means you probably have not very good glue. My diamonds are crooked. You know what? Mine are crooked, and I don't care. They're pretty straight. They're straightening up more as I go. You'll find that as long as you have a nice straight border, the rest fall into place for me. I don't usually have too much problem. My goal is always to make sure that my border is as straight as possible, because then that's going to keep my diamonds straighter. Okay? I put down the wrong color. I do that a lot. You have to pick them off. I dropped all of my diamonds on the floor. I've done that a couple times. I'm just finishing my 666 ABs. I dropped half a bag of 666 ABs, 1,000 diamonds on the ground. I'm trying to get them all cleaned. It's been taking me time. Once I feel better and I'm not so shaky on my feet and I have time to stand long enough to do it, I will probably be working on that project as well. I lost some of my diamonds. I've done that before too. I rolled up my canvas and now it won't unfurl, so it won't unroll. I'm not happy with how this is turning out, okay? I was looking at this, and I have to remember that this painting has a lot of confetti, because when you look at it, a lot of times I can point out what the figures are. But this one I couldn't. I can see them on the other ones, and I think I'll be fine. But this one is really, and I was worried about it. I was really worried about whether it was going to work. I got too many diamond painting kits. Never too many diamond painting kits. That is never, 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 never a bad one for me. That is number 8. And that is the one that they say is especially number 8. Is I got too many diamond painting kits. I love that one. I think that's awesome. To me, I never have more than enough, right? I have way more than I need when it comes to diamond painting. But you know what? I have a year's worth, which will keep me busy. I still have 12 diamond art clubs in the closet. So I have enough for the next year, and that doesn't count all the other diamond paintings I have. I have about 25 more other than that. So I have about 2-3 years worth of diamond paintings if I wanted to do that and not buy another single one. However, that's not me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out our color. And while I'm switching the diamonds, I'm going to go ahead and get started on our article. But I'm going to have a drink of water real quick, so I'll be right back with you. I started a new medication, and it's slowly but surely, my body's getting adjusted, but until I get done, I get cotton mouth from that medication really bad. And so I'd rather have the cotton mouth than the pain that I go through. So let's get started. And it says, oh no, you're working along on your sparkly diamond painting and something's gone wrong. Oh no, what to do? We are here to help, try and help you solve your diamond dilemmas. Here are a few common problems people have and how to fix them. So, number 1, my diamonds aren't staying in place. The drills, once applied to the adhesive on the canvas, are pretty resilient to bending and handling. However, from time to time, a gem may pop off. Usually, it can simply be pressed back into place with the setting tool or a toothpick. We recommend keeping the finished piece stored upright to avoid letting the adhesive dry out before you complete each section. A good way to do this is to cut the protective sheet into sections to peel up as you work. And I do that. So my whole painting is covered. This one I didn't pull off the cover sheets because it is double-sided adhesive, so I don't need to use my release papers when I can be using theirs. That's just how I feel about it, okay? So that's where we're at there, okay? And, oh, this is the fun one. This is the one I hear most of, okay? I'm going to pick up my tray and get it started emptying. So my diamonds are crooked. This is a pretty common mistake while working with square drills. I'm just getting it to the tip so I can open my container and then I don't spill my diamonds when I pour them in. Which need to be arranged in careful rows. If a row is askew, it can make the whole picture look a bit warped, but not to worry. I'm not perfect on lining up my squares, but like I said, if you can really get that border to do what it needs to do, then you're really in a better position than anybody else is, right? At least in my opinion, that's what I would think. And I'm just trying to get my tray to get these last few out. Here we go. And see how many that I mistakenly dropped. Only 4 this time. Nope, 5. Okay, there we go. We should be good now. We'll go to the next color. I think I'm going to pull out the, I don't know, what color do I want to pull out? Looks like the E's will keep me busy for a while. Let's pull the lowercase e. Lowercase e is 29. Okay. And now that we have our color, let's talk about crooked diamonds. Take a set of tweezers or even the edge of a knife to nudge the drills into a straight line. Round drills are a bit more forgiving with their placement, but they can be nudged back in place. This can only be done while the adhesive is still sticky, so check each row as you go. And you know what? I've never had an issue with my dry being able to put a diamond onto something that may have been sitting there for a while. So I think everything is okay in that realm on that, but we'll see. You can also use fixed tools as well for this issue. You can refer it here. So they have these big spatulas that you can literally hold right here and put your diamonds in and it'll keep them nice and straight. It's called a fixed tool. And I just totally forgot to put diamonds in my bowl. So, number 3, I put down the wrong color. And this is the one that I'm most famous for because I'll be thinking of a color that I want to do and then I'll pull a different color out. Yeah, that's not the smart thing to do, I'm telling you. Don't pull the wrong color out. For me, I have to go with the one that I choose, or else I'll be making a mistake every time. And when that mistake happens, I have to pick up all my drills and spend an hour picking them up and moving them to the correct symbol. and hoping that I already have that symbol available, because I don't want to have to do this work more than once. I have a funky looking drill in here, so I'm going to pick it up and put it in our little container. Maybe. There it is. Oh, that's that. Now I can't find it. Oh well, there it is. There we go. Okay. See, so those flat, I can get inside and under and beside them a lot easier than trying to do it in flat. I find it's an easier way for me to work. So we're working on E's now. Let me just double check. See, and it says that. So 29 and 29 is lowercase e. I always keep my color I'm using out, so if I ever have a question, I have something to reference back to of what I'm using, so I don't get lost. Now, when you have issues, sometimes typically like I do when it comes to being able to function fully sometimes, some of these tools can be very helpful, okay? And especially someone like me who forgets things. I mean, you can tell me something and have a conversation, and 5 minutes later, I don't remember what I was talking to you about. I've totally gotten lost. And that's a scary thought, huh? But it's really how my life has been going lately. It's a very scary land within my head. But we're navigating through it. You guys have been great helps to navigate through this. I'm really hoping that I might be able to find other women or other people suffering from fibromyalgia that can join our channel. Kind of as a support. It would be great to have more people, for me to be able to support people as they go through all the ups and downs, flare-ups, and everything else when it comes to pain. It's so nice to have just somebody who goes through it and understands it all day, right? My husband, he's in pain. He was in a motorcycle accident, and a really bad one, almost killed him. Cracked his full face helmet. It was a bad one. Anyways, he'd come back from it, but he deals with residual pain from the knee injury, right? And so he's in pain, but he doesn't understand the type of pain that fibromyalgia is. And trying to get somebody to understand it is because there's no diagnosis for it. The only reason you get diagnosed with fibromyalgia is because they can't find nothing else wrong with you. And so this is a catch-all to say this is it. But there's a lot of people that suffer from it. And there's not enough information out there on it. And I really want to see how we can impact fibromyalgia and how we can get a community together and how we can get people to help with this disease. It is horrendous. It's ferocious. I take medicine that I said I never take again, or I never ever take even, right? And yet I'm having to take it, and I don't have a choice in the matter, okay? And I think that's the hardest part, is I don't have a choice. I can't just go to physical therapy and it'll all be wonderful and in 6 weeks everything's fine again. I've done that. It doesn't work. I've been tested I don't know how many times for different arthritises. They can't find anything wrong. But I'm lucky enough to have a doctor who specializes in it, and her pain management, so she's very, very, very acutely in tune with people with fibro. And it's just so wonderful to know that there's a doctor now who really gets it. You know, I can talk to her, I can tell her, and she instantly knows what I'm talking about when I talk about it. It's like talking to somebody whose light bulb was turned on and, oh my God, they finally believe me. They finally understand what I'm going through. And it's one thing as a doctor to diagnose fibro. It's another thing to treat fibro. Okay, because fibro, there's only like 3 main medications out there to help and assist with fibro. I'm on the last one, and we're having to enhance it with one of the other ones because it's not effective enough for me to even live in a normal range of pain. If I'm having a 4 or 5 level pain, that is a normal day. It gets above 5 and forget it. It's just ruined my whole day. Because it's going to take me a while to get that pain back under control. You know? And I just can't take the time and the chance for that to happen. You know? I am going to do my knitting and crochet video today. You will get Friday. I have spoken with the doctor, and she says that I can do a video for knitting. I can't do much more than that, but she says let's go ahead and give it a try, and let me try to do a video. Knitting is the one that uses the most of my muscles in my arms, which is where most of my pain is. I get it in my extremities, my back, and so it's really predominant in my arms and my hands. So it's one of those things that I have to listen to the doctor when I have flare-ups, because if I don't, it could cause me way more pain, right? I mean, to have a pain level of 4 or 5, and that's what I live with every day. You know, I'm not going to go for the pain-free. It's just not ever going to happen for me. I'm got to be careful because I can't use most of the narcotic pain medications. Tramadol was one that I could use, but I didn't have any choice. It was kind of at that point in my life. So just be careful when you're out there and you're thinking about how different things impact different people, right? Because I would have never guessed in a million years that what I'm going through and what I feel right now is a mysterious disease that nobody knows how or what to do to treat it. There isn't. You just have to make the patient comfortable. It's all about comfortable, right? And I'm telling you, when the pain is not in a decent range, it is not comfortable anymore. You know? You want to be in there pushing that morphine drip. Can't do that either. I'm allergic to morphine. Isn't that fun? Yeah. I had surgery way back when I was in my late 20s. Mid-20s, somewhere around there. Because I'd injured one of the nerves in my right foot, and they had to do what's called a right lumbar sympathectomy, which is what they did was go in and cut the nerve and basically clamp it on with a couple metal clamps to keep it closed. And yeah, so that when I got done, they'd put me on a morphine drip when I came out of surgery, because they had to do a whole lot of work. They had to move muscles around and cut through a bunch of stuff. It was not an easy surgery. It was about a 5-hour surgery to do it. But when I got out, they had me on a morphine drip. And man, hives, as soon as I hit that first button, I mean, it was almost instantly that the hives hit. Yeah. I get 2 kinds of allergic reactions to medication, the itching and the hives. And then the other one that I get is the one that is probably the worst, and that's the nausea and dizziness. And that usually happens when my pain creeps up around 8 or 9. And the doctors really helped a lot. I've gotten back from those higher levels. I still get a lot of the nausea, but that's just cut in because of the pain. So therefore I have to take medication to counteract the side effects. So you see what I'm saying? It's not an easy life for fibro. I worked for the first 5 years of my diagnosis, and I was working just before I went on disability. But it got to a point where I wasn't capable of completing my job properly. When you're running numbers for a company, and you're managing their financials in any shape or form, you do not want to make mistakes. And I am very perfectionist with my numbers, and I was making mistakes. And because of those mistakes, I lost my job. Okay? So it's one of those things you just kind of have to roll with it, right? I don't have any choice but to roll with it and do what I'm doing. It's really that simple. And then I have another E right there. Here it is. And what's that? I think that's a wrong one. So let's now see. I'm just checking to see. I believe this is the wrong drill. I had a couple fall on the canvas and this was just sticking up. Yeah, I did. Okay. That was an 8. So I need to put that on the 8. Okay, I got it here. And I do have an 8 right around here. Here it is that I missed. So I'm just going to plop that in. And see how nicely it helps with movement of the drills. I love these tweezers. I wish these were the tweezers they gave us all in the kits for squares. So much better. So, number 3, I put down the wrong color. Unfortunately, the only way to fix this is to carefully unpick them with a toothpick or tweezers. Unpicking colors is faster than putting them down, but be careful not to scratch the adhesive layer of the canvas while scraping them off. Move gently, but do not be afraid to pull. Again, moving them only works if the adhesive is still tacky, so double check as you're working. The best way to prevent this from happening is to stay organized. You can label each color on the side with a sample gem to tell them apart, or work only one color at a time and keep the different colors in separated label bags. You can put the color number on each bag and even the symbol it coordinates with. So when you're kitting up, you want to put your stuff and your drills in the order that makes sense for you. I may put it in going down to the bottom, and I count down there and I go back to the top. Other people might start at the bottom and go up in their kit. So it's really what you want to do, but make sure that as you're working through it, you're really thinking about the process in general, right? Because that's what it's all about, is the process in general. So if you can just keep it under wraps, you're doing pretty good. But pulling the wrong color is one of the harder things to do. And I typically will pull that wrong color and move it to the correct square. I will not put it back in my tray. I did that one time and all my diamonds got stuck together. I had to do a big cleanup on my diamonds. While working, try to work with very different colors at a time. For example, once you finish a light blue section, move on to the green, other than another blue. It will help you keep track of your colors. Okay, so what they're saying is if you put a blue color down, choose a different color the next time. So choose like a gray or a green or something. Just making sure that it's a different color. That kind of helps your brain reconnect as to what you're doing. And what you're doing is just resetting the expectations in your brain. Excuse me, I think I'm losing my voice. It sounds really raspy today. Number 4, I dropped all my diamonds on the floor. You know, this is perfect if you do it on a wood floor. Wood floor, but they would scatter, right? So I would think they would go sliding on wood floor. But that's worse when they hit the carpet. And of course, it's always going to hit the carpet in my house where we don't vacuum all the time because it's in between the bookcase and my couch. I mean, it's only like a 5-inch section, so we can't like get the vacuum through there. Every time it falls down there. I have a bunch of blacks that I have to go pick up from the last kit. They're sitting down there. I'm still trying to get the other ones done. So it's one of those crazy little things that I have to just work on, right? Yep. So I dropped all my drills on the floor. Oh no! The best way to gather them back up is to sweep them. But as they're small, it's best to use one of the simpler modern sweepers. It can help you build up some static on the sweeping sheet. It'll help attract the resin diamonds, which tend to stick easily with static. Oh, static is awful. If you do that, make sure that you have dryer sheets, because you can get that static right back out of those drills by putting a little piece of a dryer sheet inside your drills and shaking it up. It's going to take all that static out of it. Whenever I do a diamond dots, I have a package of dryer sheets that are cut up into little tiny squares. And when I'm kitting up for a diamond dots, I always put a piece of dryer sheet into each of the bottles and shake them so that it can get those freed up before I have to do anything more. Okay, so it's simple tips and tricks that we can figure out how to manage this and our own expectations of what we expect it to be, right? So that's how you do it, right? Okay. So that was the end of that section. I'm sorry, I thought there was more and I was ready to read it and then I saw it wasn't. Okay, number 5, I lost some of my diamonds. That's okay. We can provide our customers with spares so you can finish your project. Just contact us on what color was lost. We also provide kits with 477 different colors. So if you lose a few, you can have spares. So, this is a really good point, is that if you got it from like Diamond Art Club or these other U.S. companies, and even in the U.K. and companies like that, but I'm talking other than China companies, okay? So other than China companies, you can usually ring them up, send them an email, tell them what you're missing, and they'll send them out to you. The last time I didn't have diamonds, I had diamonds that did not come in the Poppies and Steampunk. I had 3 colors were missing, and somehow they just didn't make it in the kits. Only time I've ever had diamonds missing at all. But it was really nice, because all I did was contact Diamond Art Club. I sent them an email at 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern time when I got up, so that I could make sure I got them, so that I wouldn't have to be waiting on a color while I'm doing my diamond painting, right? This is a good tool to use with squares in order to straighten it up, because you can push them with that, and it's got a nice straight line on it. And if you just go in here, like I have a spot right here that needs to be adjusted, and just hold it for a second, it just makes it stay where the glue is. It just kind of moves that over and makes it stick to the new glue. And see how pretty that turned out? See how nicely that squared up by doing that? Yeah, so that's how that works. So even if they're crooked, I mean, once you get going, you may not be able to fix the very first one in the row. I need to put fresh wax in here. I keep losing my diamonds. You want to put, you just want to be careful, right? So, contact the company. Most companies will send them out to you. If you're desperate and you can't get a color company, you can go on Etsy and look up the color number you're looking for, and usually you can find those colors and you can order them. But I would recommend getting hold of the company foremost, because they're supposed to be supplying that whole kit for you in the kit. So you should get everything you need in that kit. So go ahead and contact them. If not, there are avenues to be able to find them. If you need any help, I always go to DP with Sparklers. Tia over there always helps me out. It's always great. I never have any issues. She gets everything out to me very quickly. And it's really nice to have the opportunity, because I had decided to change Poppies and Steampunk some of their reds, because I wanted some good red ABs in there to pop out the flowers and the jewelry that she had on. And I reached out and I got the 666 diamonds from Tia at DP Sparklers, and she got them right out to me. So I had them in time to work on that, and even before I got the red, right? And it came just a few days after what I'd ordered from Diamond Art Club came. Diamond Art Club I didn't actually order, but I was missing colors, so I was waiting for that to come in, and they did come in. So that was a great benefit there. So number 6. Now I've never done this, and I don't know what causes this, but let's see what it says. So number 6 is I rolled up my canvas and now it won't unfurl. I think it's uncurl is what they meant. I think that might have been a typo, but unfurl is a word and it does fit that context properly. So maybe they did mean unfurl. Unfurl is not a common word in the United States. I don't know where Pretty Neat Creative is, but you know, just because they're in the United States doesn't mean that they're not run by somebody with a foreign accent or something in the second language of English, right? But they did use that very, very correctly, which is good. I'm glad to hear that. So it happens. One of the wonderful things about canvas and about diamond painting in general is that the entire piece can be rolled up while on the go, right? You roll it with your drills on the outside, you put them back in your box, and you can travel with your kit. It's also a way to put your kits up if you're waiting to be able to maybe hang them, or you're waiting for some frames to get. Put them in boxes. Put them in those long boxes from Diamond Art Club. They're great to store them back when you're done, right? I do it all the time till I figure out all the ins and outs on how I'm going to get my wall to work in my office. Once I figure that out, we'll be in better shape. I just have to get it figured out first. Okay, so, okay, it happens. One of the wonderful things about canvas and about diamond painting in general is that the entire piece can be rolled up while on the go. However, sometimes it tries to spring back in place, which can be annoying. Okay, so if you rolled it up and it won't uncurl, and based on the picture, I think they mean when it's done, right? So I don't think it's when you first get it. Try rolling a rolling pin over the place with the adhesive still covered with a protective sheet. Of course, on the front side and back side. When all else fails, tape the edges to the sides all the way across on a hard surface like a desk or even a cutting board if it needs to be portable. If all else fails, put it under some heavy books or even under the mattress. Should tame those curls in no time. Yeah, they say curls here, but it's unfurl. I knew it was uncurl. Okay. Do not try to iron it. The adhesive will melt and stick to the iron. You can, if you do an iron on a low heat and you're trying to do it upside down with towels on top of it, you can use an iron then. It will not hurt your piece. Anything else? Yes, it will hurt your piece. I got a drill on my hand. I have some more over here, so let's get these laid. I'm just trying to lay a few more diamonds, just so you can continue to see me diamond paint, because I don't think it's right that I'm supposed to be doing a whip and chat with you, and then I just quit working, right? Because, I mean, you have to see where you're putting your diamonds. You have to see when you're picking up your diamonds. It's not like something that you can just do without looking, right? Like with my knitting and crocheting, I can knit and crochet and watch TV and everything else I need to do. Unless I'm working on a shawl. And I've got one, and I think I might work on that today. I have got one row done yesterday, but I didn't get it all done as much as I wanted to. And no, it wasn't yesterday. The last time I had it, because I haven't been able to knit in a few weeks. So yeah, it just made it a little difficult to pick it back up, but I was able to do so. So I've just been doing a little bit here and there, kind of seeing where my pain levels are, so that when I call the doctor next week, I have an informative information to talk to her about now that I've had my dose of prednisone and we're on a new setup. I'm just trying to see how it impacts my physical ability so that when I talk to her, we can make adjustments if necessary. So it's really important for me to make sure I do all of those things. Okay, the next one, number 7. I'm not happy with how this is turning out. Are you ever happy with what you turned out? I love most of the things I do. I don't think I've had anything that I didn't like. that I did. If I don't like it, I usually stop it, unless it's something I'm doing for somebody else, right? If it's going to be for me and it's something that I've started doing and I find it and I look at it and I said, that's not for me, yeah, that's probably when that's going to happen, right? So, everyone reaches a stage like this in an art piece. Since diamond paintings work on such a small scale, it's easy to get discouraged when one section looks strange. But step back and look at the big picture, literally. These sparkling pieces are made to be viewed from some distance, enough that the eye can make the image from the shimmering stones. So basically, I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm putting it together. And right now I've got enough in it, built into it, that I have a good balance of drills that are completed. But when I first started, man, I had been reading an article, and thank God I read some article that said that exact same thing. I think it was on one of our last videos. And I was just so grateful for that, because I was like, oh man, what am I going to do next, right? So you just keep plugging away, and yeah. Even if you need to look at it, if it's something that is a big photo or big picture, and you're looking at, when you're putting it together, you're looking at all these tiny, tiny pieces, and you're putting little squares to build that picture, right? And each one of those squares is a pixel, which is part of the last one, right? So you just have to stand back. If you come up on something that's really detailed and has a lot of confetti on it, you're really not going to be seeing it till you step back. But when you see it step back, it's like, look at this. This has got a combination of reds and browns in it, okay? It looks mostly red, right? There's really not a whole lot of red in it. There is some dark reds, but there's also some really dark browns in here as well that bring in different variants of color, right? So it's about the variants of color that hit your canvas too. I have a great article for us to read on tomorrow's video, on the knitting video. I'm going to knit. I'm not sure which one. I'm probably going to bring my shawl out because that's the one I want to work on. And we'll work on the shawl. We'll see how that shawl's coming along and where we're at on it, and see what we can do next to make it so beautiful, right? I'm just doing a real scan just to make sure I didn't miss any E's. I'm really, really good at missing. As soon as I put this away, I'll see 5 more. There's another one I found. It's just a matter of, my eyes can glance, and if I'm looking at the picture constantly in all these squares, sometimes it's harder to catch some of them, especially if they're like the color of the square in the background is similar, or to another one, it makes it difficult. So like you have these 8s in the lowercase e, and I have these 8s all over that I missed. I was just doing that. So I think we've got all the lowercase e's done. I'm going to go ahead and trade out our gems while we read our last one, number 8. I got too many diamond painting kits. Yeah, really? Do you ever have too many diamond painting kits? Think about it. Do you really? No such thing as too many. That's what I thought. Everyone makes mistakes, especially while learning something new. Thankfully, most of the problems found while working on a diamond painting can be solved by being organized before you begin. A little bit of preparation goes a long way. What's the worst disaster you've had while working on diamond painting? How did you fix it? Comment below. And then they say, finally, don't forget to check out their huge selections of diamond painting kits there. And this came from Pretty Neat Creative, okay? It was a wonderful article. I really thought it did justice of what we've been talking about lately. And I'm really glad that we were able to pull that together. I will be doing tomorrow's video as a knit video, so be prepared to have something, again, other than diamond painting. We will be doing diamond painting. We will go back to our regularly scheduled program next week. Tuesday, cross stitch. Wednesday, silhouette project. Thursday, diamond painting. And Friday is our knit or crochet with me. So we do those. Those are our set days that we do videos. And you should always, unless I let you know, always be getting a video. Unless I go on vacation or something. And I may even just do it there because I do everything with my phone, and my tripod doesn't move. It is portable, so it just connects to something. So with that said, if you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. If you don't, a thumbs down is fine, but please let us know in the comments below why. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can also leave them down in the comments section below. I would like to also let you know that if you want to become part of the Sunsetgirlcreates family, which, oh my God, we're building it up. I know it's only 16, but I'm looking to push us over that 20 mark. So let's see what we can do. Start sharing and liking these videos, and let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can bring some people from the communities over. I am going to be doing a bunch of changing on our screens and doing some more stuff that I've been learning about. And so we're going to be putting that stuff into practice here soon, as soon as I can get it to where I get it all wrapped up in a pretty bow for you. So with that said, if you want to be part of the Sunsetgirlcreates family, come join us. Hit that subscribe button down there. And if you want to know when I upload a video, you want to know when it comes live, they usually go live at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday through Friday. But if you want to know when it gets uploaded, it becomes active, hit that bell icon. It'll let you know every time. You can also adjust that bell icon to say sometimes or all the time. So make sure you're looking at that bell. You get choices. Make sure you choose the one that's appropriate for you. But with that said, I want to thank you all for coming, and I hope that you enjoyed our video today, and I'm wishing you all a happy, happy Thursday. Bye-bye.